Hey, buddy, I'm looking to get some, time killed.
Go around through to the back. That's where you're gonna find the Palookas.
Hi there, welcome to Palookas, the best podcast on the fucking internet, not true. And guess what? Beep! That's right, we've got a fucking challenger approaching.
Yeah.
That was a really
Thank
good
you,
first impression.
that's my war cry.
Anyway. This is, Big Tuna _ TV on Twitch.
Big _ tuna TV.
God damn it, I'm messing things up already, I'm so sorry.
How could you?
So what is it you... Yeah, this... First of all, Palooka's not gonna have just, like, two people all the time. It's gonna, like, gravitate between two different types of people, if that makes sense. So what's the kind of content you create? Introduce yourself to the stream. Warm us up to your sweet bosom.
First off, hello, it's me, Alan Arkin.
Oh yeah, you're the...
Yeah, I'm the Alan Arkin guy, by the way,
He's
if you're
the
wondering.
fucking asshole who's behind...
Okay,
It's me, Alan
to be
Arkin.
fair, Paul is a dirty liar.
How am I a liar?
Okay, well, I honestly forgot where it came from, so thank you for, like, bringing it up.
Yeah.
Like, because I forgot where that came from. But the, like, hello, it's me is not what it was. It was more like a, hey, it's me, Alan Arkin. Yes, it was.
Not.
Yes, it was.
No, I distinctly remember you're like, it's me,
Maybe
Alan
the
Arkin.
first time, but, like, it evolved into
Yeah.
that later.
Maybe it's just due to the other fucking people on our improv team just making fun of you. and
Butchering
going-
my butcher, yes.
Yeah, and just going, it's me, Alan Arkman.
Yeah.
So what is the type of content you do?
Hey, it's me, Adrian. I create, I stream on Twitch. I usually do, like, just, like, casual playthroughs or speedrunning. I also, a while ago, I used to do YouTube stuff, but then I quit.
So you're basically just another me. in
Just
terms of
another you, yeah.
In terms of content creation.
I actually, like, thinking about it, I did these things called Super Smash Bros. Bloopers. Like, I would, like, record Super Smash Bros. Brawl with, like, my camera, like, this old-ass, like, Canon camera. And it was, like, I would, like, it was almost Robot Chicken-esque, where, like, it would be, like, a 30-second, maybe 10-second clip of, like, something really stupid, and then, like, the static to a different channel. And looking back, I had, like, 500,000 viewers on that one video.
Really?
And then I made
Did you ever get any followers from that or subscribers?
Yeah, I had, like, a lot of fucking people, and, like, I guess I was...
How many?
I can't remember the numbers, dude. I deleted the account.
You're losing credibility by the second.
Yeah,
You
I
better
know.
Was it over 1,000?
Yeah, it had to have been. Okay, because like that was old YouTube, so you weren't notified like the minute someone was like following you. It was just kind of like, here's the whole fucking base.
Here's the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, pretty much. I made like 8 episodes later. The account still exists. It probably still has like all the. I said it was deleted. I'm a liar. I deleted the videos.
See, this is why I don't trust you with the Alan Arkman thing. This is why
I'm notorious for getting things wrong, so...
I noticed! Believe me, I've known you for years. That's the one thing I know you for, besides being Italian.
And now I'm remembering you ranted about me getting things wrong.
Yeah!
For like... Wow. Yeah, that's me. I make stuff on the internet sometimes. I'm also looking into, starting, my own, like, art, online. No, like, I don't know how to describe it, because it's not, like visual. I guess it would be visual art, but not like painting or like anything.
Is it DeviantArt? Are you gonna make that sweet?
Dude, all Sonic fan art's canon!
I was about to say the Sonic thing, yeah.
But yeah, I want to, create art for the sake of improving my own, like, abilities as a human being. Like, recently I started taking a picture of myself, every single day. Yeah. Hold up, but it's just my face. And yeah, I know.
You're still being that guy.
Hang on, I was thinking about changing it, but the thing is, the caption has like a line that describes the whole day.
Alright.
And the point is to just look at the caption and be like, what happened in that day? I have to remember what happened in that day.
Okay.
And like, it's sort of to help me like remember things, because I'm terrible at being like people will come up to me and be like, hey, remember that day we went to that thing and did that stuff? And I'm like, no. Like,
is that why you get things wrong?
Not necessarily. I think I go with my first gut instinct. I'm notorious for
Notorious?
B-I-G.
You're wanted in 7 states for what? Go on.
Just like going with my first thought and not really thinking through.
All right.
I follow my gut more than my brain. But Yeah, so I want to make art
was
for
good,
like
that
the
was
sake of.
But yeah.
I mean, like I'm thinking about like doing like my handwriting's really terrible, so like I want to just like practice my handwriting. Like if you.
No, yeah, I've done that before. There was a really boring class that didn't allow laptops, and like you had to take notes, and I was like, well, fuck this. So
Yeah.
like I'm left-handed, so I just opened a notebook and just wrote, I think, the lyrics to songs that I knew.
Wake me up inside.
Not that, definitely not that. Usually it was just like Lemon Demon songs because I'm a huge Neil
I
Cicierega
don't know
fan.
who the fuck Lemon Demon is.
It's basically Neil Cicierega's band. You would know them if I mentioned.
Oh, I've heard
the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Oh, that's such a good song.
yeah,
That's such a good song.
everyone knows that song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was Neil Cicierega. Yeah, so I just wrote lyrics to Neil Cicierega's songs in like just abhorrent handwriting in a notebook for the entirety of that 3-hour
Yeah.
class.
So like I want to do like that, and then take pictures of it, and then take all of my old like handwriting and like make it into like some weird art piece.
Okay.
Like just like stuff like that. Also looking into oh, I blanked.
It'll be forever a mystery.
That was good. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
thanks.
So the type of content you create primarily now is just basically streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. You've seen the way that you do things. You've seen the way that I do things.
Yeah.
What's the primary difference to you?
Ooh. Okay. The thing about me is
Big
that,
underscore tuna TV for anyone who wants to cross-reference this shit. Yeah.
is that I try my best to act like me on stream.
Do I not?
Well, no.
I don't act like you on stream.
Oh, yeah, because I sit there and I'm just like, like I don't. Okay, a big part of the reason I started streaming was I wanted to improve my like entertainment skills because
Same here.
individually I am pretty boring. Like I need somebody to like push my buttons to get me talking. Like Paul's really good at that because he's really good at just like keeping conversation going. Like
That's
if,
debatable,
If
but
you
thank you.
ever watch his stream, man always has something to say. It's just like, man, like you could be talking about fucking anything, and I'm like, why am I engaged? You're really good at it.
Wow, thank you, Adrian. You'll get your $20 tomorrow. Thanks for promoting.
And the hand job later, or right now. You'll never know.
Thanks for promoting my stream on my own fucking podcast and making me look like an asshole.
Let me suck your little. No, well, like I'm speaking the truth. Like I'm not someone to like, be like, well, Paul's my friend, so I'm gonna tell him he's great. Like
Yeah.
if I thought you were shit, I'd be like, yeah, he's a streamer.
I go the extra mile. If someone asks me, am I shit or not, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty shit. I've said that before to a couple of people.
I've told something similar.
I've lost friends because of that, because they were like, hey, here's my Let's Play attempt. Do you like it? And I'm like, no.
No. Well, it's just like, I like as my like I've playing video games has been something I've done like my whole life. So when I'm playing video games to like an audience when I don't really have like a huge following, I'm not saying please follow me. Like if you think I'm a good streamer, like please stick around. But like when I was like playing by myself, like that's all I did. So like why would I talk, right? So like I guess that's something that's still embedded in me. So like sometimes I'll be streaming and it'll be like 20 minutes and like I haven't said a word and I'm like, wow, this boss sure is funny, guys, da. And it's like, oh, that's why I'm starting to do speedrunning, because I can talk about something constantly, and also it's just something I want to get into.
Really, speedrunning? I find that if I
Yeah.
try to just... I've only speedrun once
Yeah.
in my entire life, and I got a world record with it, because no one cares about that game.
Well,
It was Agatha Christie's, and then there were none, for anybody who's listening and hasn't seen the speedrun. But yeah, I couldn't talk, because I was too focused on, like, oh, I gotta click on this, and I gotta click on this.
yeah, like that's the thing, like a part of it lets me get away with not talking.
Okay, I
And
see.
then when the level's over, you can be like, oh, that was good. Did this part wrong. Did this part wrong.
Okay.
And for those who don't know what the fuck speedrunning is, it's basically
Turn off the podcast,
Yeah,
you fucking
pretty
assholes.
much.
You don't know what speedrunning is?
just beating a game as fast as you possibly can. There's a ton of categories, and right now I'm trying to speedrun Donkey Kong Country 3. It's blown up quite a bit. Don't know why. Before it was like fucking dead, and now like everyone's speedrunning it. Or like everyone.
Did you ride the trend, or are you still unknown?
No, I am like I haven't done enough streaming recently because like I'm really shit and I need to practice.
That's fair.
And like it's a really difficult game, but like it feels good when you like perfect the level.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those.
Have I told you what games I'm planning on speedrunning in the future?
Actually, you're speedrunning now.
Yeah, no. I've been practicing Math Circus 4
Dude, those games were so great. I love playing those games.
and Rita Rabbit First Grade.
What the? Dude, people speedrun Putt Putt and like Freddy the Fish, so like
Yeah.
don't even feel bad.
No, why would I feel bad? I just told you that.
Don't feel bad, like you know what I mean.
Wow, what a fucking asshole you are.
Yeah. I'm a piece of shit.
There was like something in there when you were talking about speed. Right. So you don't talk for like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's happened so many times. Like,
oh, dude, if I did that, I would be like, oh my god. In fact, I've done that like after 30 seconds of not talking.
Well, I mean, again, I'm someone who needs other people to play off of. So, I mean, in an audience of maybe one, like, and it's like dead silent. It also like, I'm sure anybody who started streaming, I'm sure, like Paul, you've probably been there when like it's just like there's no one in chat.
Yeah.
And you're just like.
You know what? It's even worse. There are several levels of bad. Number one, I'd say, is there's nobody in chat.
Yeah.
Number two is there are people in chat, and they're all lurkers. So not only,
Yeah,
like,
if you lurk,
if
just say fucking hi, dude. It makes me feel
no,
so much
it's
better.
Dude,
but-
it's fine if you lurk and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm not trying to say, like, say hi or, like, guilty or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But it does, I will say that I put pressure on myself due to that fact. Because if there's nobody watching, I could be like, I'm not talking as much as usual. I'm okay with this. It's not like anybody's here to chastise me.
Yeah.
If I have viewers, then I'm like, okay, not only are they not saying anything to stimulate the conversation, but they are watching me for their own entertainment. I need to keep saying stuff.
No, that one. That's the one I was going for.
Tier 3 is the worst tier for me. And this is probably a hugely personal thing. It's when people in the chat are talking amongst themselves on a topic.
Yeah.
On
Or
a
they'd be
topic
like, hey,
I
man,
can't...
you gonna stream later? Like shit like
No,
that.
I'm even cool with that. Like, Haven frequents my streams a lot, and she's a streamer herself. So there are some people who are like fans of both her and myself.
Okay.
So there are a bunch of cool viewers who are like hanging out on the stream, and also Haven's there, and they're like, "Hey, Haven, are you streaming later?" I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
What I hate is a topic that I cannot enter. Ooh. So there was a point when Haven and someone else were talking about anime and like what kind of anime they've seen
And you don't
recently.
watch anime.
I don't watch anime, so I
Yeah.
was just like, I hope you guys are having fun. I'm just gonna be over here doing the 100 coin mission on fucking Gelato Beach in
Yeah.
Mario Sunshine if you need me.
There was 100 coin mission?
Yeah, 100%.
How do I forget? Oh, it's because there's like a million fucking blue coins to collect, and it was like the biggest cop out of
Yeah.
any fucking
That's
3D
not a-
Mario.
That's not a
There's
cop-out.
like 80 fucking blue coins.
You know what a bigger cop-out is? The mere existence of Galaxy 2.
Yeah, Galaxy 1 is a lot better.
Yeah.
I remember like totally crushing that game and then playing Galaxy 2 and I'm like, well, why is Yoshi in my game and why is it not fun?
Oh, fucking the bosses. Have you seen the bosses in Super Mario Galaxy 2?
Isn't it just like the same as Galaxy 1, like the piranha plant?
No, they pretty much look like loaves of bread with arms. Like, all of them. Every damn one of them. It seems statistically
Can you get a
unlikely.
reskin for all the thwomps to be bread, please?
Get on it, Vine Sauce.
Yeah. What is Vine Sauce? I always see like a ton of shit for it and like I never watch it because I know it's just like
It's a...
it's like a machinima machine.
No, it's not. It's a team of streamers. It's
Oh,
an
never mind.
independently run team of streamers. So Vinny, who runs the channel Vine Sauce.
Oh, that's where the meme. Hey, it's Vinny from Vine Sauce. comes
Yeah,
from. Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Also, there's the hey Vsauce, Michael here. Totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the thing you were thinking of?
No.
Okay, so yeah. Vinny
Vsauce is the
Science Show.
yeah.
Yeah. So Vinny from Vine Sauce started streaming basically at like pretty much the point when streaming became a viable like an internet thing to do.
Yeah.
So he was one of the earliest known streamers.
That wasn't too long ago, was it?
It was only like a decade ago, yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. So Vinny has been streaming for a dead ass long time, and he just slowly accumulated more and more people into the group as time went on. So there's a person named Lime who is the very first viewer of his stream. Lime.
Okay.
Who is the very first viewer of his stream, and she started her own stream and was like, you know, give back to the community. My name's Vinny. Forget about it. I'm sorry. Sitting in a room with an Italian making Italian jokes.
Do you have something against Italians? Because you make a lot of Italian jokes.
No, I just like him.
Yeah.
All right, and also you probably have heard of Joel from Vine Sauce, the meme man. He kind of has like a weird voice.
Maybe it
He's
was
Swedish.
Joel I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
a guy
There's lot
behind.
of-
He's a guy behind a lot of memes like Granddad.
What?
You know Silver Gunner, how he always puts Flintstones themes into everything he does.
Who?
Silver Gunner, you were the guy who introduced me to Silver Gunner, weren't you?
No.
No. All right, Silver Gunner just remixes video game music to sound like other things.
Oh, that's cool.
The look on your face right now is just completely dumbfounded.
Well, yeah, because I don't know him. I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair. Do we want to switch topics?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
So you and I, we don't really, unless the topic happens to come up, you and I do not talk about our sex lives with each other, yeah?
Oh, baby. No.
It's not one of those things that's like readily conversation. Usually we do it, if anything, for shock value, yeah?
Yeah. and I'll be like, yeah, you want to fuck her later? And it's totally out of out of joking. Like, Paul and I are like the least bro people like to play in this existence. So if we ever see, like, sometimes Paul will like message me and be like, you ever seen a chick with like 3 nipples? And be like, yeah, I fucked her real good. And like, it's just totally
anti-broism.
Yeah, anti-bro. We do it like ironically, pretty much.
Pretty much. I was just gonna ask. I've seen a lot of 80s and 90s like shows and movies recently, and it just occurred to me, like, in those movies, they're always trying to play out the stereotype of like guys like going like, "Hey, I heard you going out with this chick Matilda." Probably not Matilda, because that's like one of the least least modern fucking names ever. How weird is it that they always go like, "How's the sex? Did you get her to blow you yet?" Like, is it just me who goes like, "Whoa, that's not real"? Or, are there people out there who actually talk like this?
I mean, I have like a friend, and I'll keep it anonymous for their sake. Who is like, so they are
cheap?
Not cheap. They like have just a lot of kills, people they've slept with, and they like to gloat about their sex life.
It's okay. Your kill count is nothing to gloat about. It's totally fine if you have sex with a lot of people. It's totally fine if you have sex with no people. Like, what the fuck is there to gloat about?
Yeah, I have never really understood the what society and like our peers have like created to be like the golden god. Yeah, you go out and party every night. Yeah, I met this chick on Tinder and I fucked her. Like, it's like that shit is like not the thing I consider to be like in high regard. Yeah, smoke weed every day.
I don't consider it in like low regard either.
Yeah,
it's a lifestyle choice.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle choice. But like when people praise it as like the end all be all, it's like, I just want to sit at home and play video games, man.
I think people link it back to like the domination aspect.
Yeah.
Where like you're, haha, I commanded over this one person. And that in itself, forgive me, my liberal side is going to come out in this a little bit.
I don't care.
That kind of goes into like a sort of a misogynistic, male-dominated culture.
Yeah, a little bit.
Even when girls brag about how many guys they've dominated, because it's counterculture.
Yeah.
So like, we can look forward to the future. In my personal opinion, I'm not sure if it's like, here's the position I have. I don't like the fact that we're in a male-dominated society, but I don't think that we can ever be in a completely gender-neutral society.
Yep.
So we can either have a patriarchy or a matriarchy.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be worse if we had a matriarchy, but it wouldn't be better. Yeah, that's my position. So like, in my personal opinion, I think that we've taken the first rung on like a 70 fucking rung ladder towards a matriarchy. In my personal opinion, ever since like the 1700s, like we've gone one rung up the ladder.
Absolutely.
And I think in like, I'd say the next 100 years we'll go up the second rung, and it's like,
it'll be a long time.
I'm not trying to say like, oh, feminism is causing women to fuck it. No, I don't care. And like I said, I don't even care if we have a matriarchy, like, as opposed to a patriarchy. I don't like the fact that we have a system where one sex dominates in the first place.
Yeah. Like, for me, the best thing you can do is just treat everybody as equally as you can.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that everyone can get behind on, like, the moderate left and the moderate right.
Although I work with, like, some dude, keeping it anonymous, who, like, literally was like, man, women are the dumbest sex. He's like, man, if only beating women wasn't looked down upon. And
he
like,
said this?
Pretty much. Pretty much just some caliber of that. And he was like, man, like, I would just go up to a bitch and be like, hey, what's your name? And she'd be like, Chelsea. And I'd be like, boom! That's a nice name.
Oh my god. Alright, what's the name that this guy does not have? Endow me with a name.
Derek.
Derek. Fucking, I want to see Derek going down the street going, hey, what's your name? Fucking Tina? I like that name. Just keep going along the sides and just like eventually someone like hangs a sign on him being like $2 a pop. And like you go, PA! That'll be $2.
Yeah. Let me tell you, you're pretty.
Let me tell you your name's pretty, I'm gonna slap you though. Yeah. And charge you $2. But if you ask him, I don't want to get slapped, you have to pay $5 to be told your name is pretty.
Yeah. And he'll like clench his fist really hard and maybe like slap his thigh to like get the release he needs.
Yeah, and he'll still say "pa" when he hits his own knee
to keep the habit going.
Yeah, it's his catchphrase.
Oh, pa.
Yeah, so like PAH. So like on the sign around his neck, it's like slaps and tell you your name is pretty $2. Just tell your name is pretty $5, and then in quotes
pa. And then he has like shirts on the side that
Yeah.
says "Pa" with like an exclamation.
And like, give it like 10 years, everybody's gonna be wearing a
Oh, yeah.
PA t-shirt. But no one's gonna be like, only he can hit people.
Absolutely.
Only
Otherwise,
he can
yeah.
hit people. And like, people will just be slapping their own hands and going, "Pa!"
And then there'll be people trying to like knock him off, and then it'll be like "Gazoobadoo," and
And he'll sue them into existence, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
judge will be like, guilty, and then he'll walk calmly, Derek will walk calmly over to the defense table and be like, "Pa!"
or would it be like a gentler "pa," like "Pa"?
How would it be gentle? They tried to sue him.
Because it's like what's it called when like you like bested someone and it's like a low win. You're like yeah.
Oh,
So
I
it's
see.
like "Pa."
Do you think that if we evolve into a matriarchy like we've been discussing, do you think that he'll be eventually like, oh man, I'm low on work, and he'll start hitting everyone? Not
Yeah,
just...
he'll start like hitting dudes. He'll be like "Pa!" Oh, you got some nice muscles, man. You working on that shit?
But he can't compliment guys' names for some reason.
Oh, well,
he's got to compliment something else. So women, it's always a name. It's like, oh, your name is Stephanie? Pa!
It's a nice name.
That's a nice name. And he goes up to like Scott, and he's like, hey there, Pa! I like your glasses, Scott.
Well, yeah,
Moves on.
you can do both. Well, I was just...
Get a Derek who could do you both. What a dumb fucking character we've made.
Well, yeah. There's some dumb people in the world, man.
I don't think there's a guy like this that actually exists.
No, okay, you were talking about that guy, Steven. Well, we literally like 10 seconds ago. We were talking about, like, he doesn't exist. He doesn't, like, Eric didn't think he existed.
Okay, so yeah, one of those types of people that people don't think exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to call him Steven?
Sure.
Yeah, a guy who, he's a guy in my class, and he's the type of guy who raises his hand after every single point in class, and not to like ask a question or anything like that, because I'm guilty of that, but to like say something trying to correct the teacher, always beginning with actually. People think it's an internet trope. People like this exist in real life. This guy, alright, so not only does this guy, like say just abhorrent things like, what were some examples that I gave? All right, the Ferguson,
yeah,
the Ferguson incident was not about racism, but black people wanted a reason to get upset about something. Apparently, he spent an entire seminar arguing with a TA. I wasn't in this TA, but or in this seminar, but
You weren't in it?
Yeah, I wasn't in it.
Oh, baby.
But someone told me like. Someone told me that he spent the entire seminar arguing with the TA about whether like feminism was necessary or things like that.
So stupid.
I know.
Also, the thing about psychology, I can't quite remember what you said.
Yeah. So we played a game called Dysphoria in class because my major's in
yeah.
game design, and we took a look at like a trans person's journey because that's what dysphoria is about. And he raised his hand and said like trans people are not oppressed in any way, shape, or form. They're just whiny and pandering and stuff like that. We're a pretty liberal class, so everyone kind of got into the up in arms and a whole like shut the fuck up sort of thing. And
there it is. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'll stop calling.
Woo! That's fucking. Thank you, censor. So we were like, shut the fuck up, Stephen. And like he defended himself by saying like, I have an objective understanding of psychology. And the teacher did a minor of psychology while he was going for his fucking, like, master's. And he was like, alright, shut the fuck up right now. He didn't say that, but he never was impolite. He never interrupted anyone. But he interrupted Stephen to say, there is no such thing as an objective understanding of psychology. I have a minor in psychology, and I know that. And, Stephen didn't exactly have a degree in anything, so I mean, yeah. In fact, I've got a list of, Put up some, put up some Minuet by Luigi, or whatever the fuck his name is, as I read this. Things in which Stephen is objectively an expert. A list of things that Stephen has said he's objectively an expert in during classes. Curling. Psychology. The video game Papers, Please. High school. The inner workings of the military. The Turing language. Sensitization and desensitization. Woodwind instruments, music, ambulances, police, Marcel Duchamp, comic books, and fire trucks. It's so stupid.
Woodwind instruments.
My favorite thing about this list is that he first said he was an expert in woodwind instruments, then he fucking doubled down and said music.
Oh shit, they're buying my ruse. Double down.
It would be even better if it was like, oh shit, they're not buying my ruse. Fuck it, double down.
Yeah.
As if he expected everyone to go like, oh, now we believe you.
Yeah.
Fucking music.
What? The video game papers, please? How can you be an expert in that game? It's fucking passport checking.
Maybe he tried to speedrun it or something? Like, I'm trying to see it from his
Oh
point of
yeah,
view.
that game does have an ending. I was like, you can't speedrun that game. There's an endless mode and a story mode. I'm dumb.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, pretty much, it would you'd have to be like really quick-eyed, or just like accept your like 2 or 3 like. What? No, you can't speedrun that because it's on a timer. You would, literally menuing would be the fastest thing you do. No, it's dumb. That's dumb.
I'm sorry.
Dumb.
You're getting really riled up. Adrian's face is red right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also was laughing like really hard in the silence there.
Who says they're an expert in ambulances?
Yeah, I was actually talking about this with Paul. I was like, "What is he an expert in how an ambulance operates? Like, oh yes, an ambulance has a 34-quart engine. Like, or is he like a surgeon in the ambulance? Like, when someone's on the way to the hospital, like like doing like doctor stuff, whatever.
We need to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, and then like, actually,
He even has the nasal voice. Like, actually.
dear God,
Yeah. He also.
it's like the perfect stereotype.
I know. And I'm not trying to be too mean with this, but let me say one last thing. He looks like, Leonard from the Big Bang Theory? Imagine he got AIDS.
Whoa. Does getting AIDS change your physical appearance at all?
Yeah. It makes you kind of look bleaker, like slightly thinner. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, so.
Okay, that's fair. This podcast brought to you by AIDS. Okay, you want to switch topics?
Sure. So, I have something. I feel like you might have a few things to say, too.
Hit me.
Things that piss you off more than they should.
This is how you prepared for this pod. I'm gonna do a podcast about content creation.
Yeah. But also, I want to hear.
Things that piss me off more than they should.
Yeah, I
have you
have a
seen
pretty
my
big list.
stream? Everything.
Oh.
I mean,
like...
you go first. I need to think
Let's
about
go
this.
with some IRL things.
I'm
We can talk
trying to-
about some game stuff.
You start.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of it.
So, a big, like, thing of mine... I guess it's also a pet peeve.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is just pet peeves.
Yeah, well, like, when you get, like, no, fine, it's a pet peeve. But, okay, when people, like, set times for things, it's like, okay, we're gonna leave for somewhere at 3:30, and it's, like, 3:45, and we haven't left yet, and I know we're not leaving for, like, another 15 minutes, I get really, really angry. Like, when you set a time to go somewhere or be somewhere, we better be there. But at the same time, I'm a huge hypocrite, because I'm usually late for things.
Okay. Hypocrites. I hate them. Okay. Go on.
Okay, this is something...
wait, I got one. I got one. People who accuse me of things that I didn't do. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I absolutely hate when someone says, you did this wrong thing. And, like, in my head, I'm thinking, like, not only did I, like, not fucking do something wrong, but you're trying to impugn my fucking honor by just slandering me. I get more angry when they know I didn't do it. That's like a
What the fuck? Who does that?
That's a special breed of asshole right there.
Yeah. Just looking for someone to blame.
I'm going to try to keep this as vague as possible, but when I cut the ties with my Let's Play group, Power Platoon,
Okay.
one member did not take things well.
Oh.
He did not appreciate the way that I ran the group, what?
No, go ahead.
He did not appreciate the way I ran the group. Actually, this would be probably the closest thing to the only other member of Power Platoon you know in real life. Anyway, he accused me of, like, purposefully making sure he gets as little screen time as possible, trying to sabotage him from the beginning by setting him up for failure.
What?
Things like that.
Did he back this up in any, like, real way? Or is he just like, you an asshole, Paul?
He got his girlfriend to try to stick up for him, but, like, it was clear that she was just sort of like, whatever you say, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I totally get that.
And unfortunately, I'm in school with the guy, and I've had to deal with him for a year since, where he's just basically always, like, treated me with disdain.
Oh, fuck off.
For a year, may I add, for a Let's Play team that got, like what, 600?
Yeah.
600 maximum subscribers? And,
Pretty good.
for a Let's Play team.
Yeah, I mean, Let's Plays are
fucking,
just like...
yeah, they're in the toilet. Don't
be a Let's Player.
It's unless you're like famous for something else already, even if you got a new twist on Let's Playing. Like, fun fact, you look up Skyrim Part 1 in YouTube search, over 1,100,000 results for Skyrim Part 1.
Jesus.
Yep.
Oh my god. No, like, pretty much it's you better be, like, someone who can, like, fake their way. Like, okay, side tangent. I was watching, so my friend, online friend, you know what, I'm not gonna name drop, but like,
You're getting too far away from the mic.
I have a friend online, who is into drone racing.
What a fucking asshole.
No, he's cool.
Oh. You're cool, Darren.
You know what? I'll name drop his alias. Crit Whale. His name's Crit Whale. He's in drone racing.
Oh,
And
fucking crit whale. I don't know.
he's a
Go
cool
on.
guy. He lives in Texas. He
Wow, name drop his location too. What city?
I don't know. I just know he's in Texas. He was like recently in this drone racing competition, like on Twitch, and like there's like this simulation program where like it's like pretty close to like the real thing, and like if anyone's seen competitive drone racing, like you wear like a VR headset and like you're actually like looking through the eyes of the drone and like you're flying around through like these crazy obstacle course, whatever. And I guess like to promote their event, they got like a handful of like popular YouTubers who I've like never heard about because they're all like Let's Players. One guy's named like JJ. He's like this dude who plays like FIFA, and like he's so fake. He's one of those people who like yells at everything. So he like flying the drone. He's like, woo, woo! And, like he's just like yelling, and you're like, oh my god, this isn't. Who watches this guy?
Yeah.
And like every other person was like, hi, my name is dun. I play Minecraft, and it's
Be sure to follow Denana on Twitch.
I forget his name. He's like something Diamond. He has like Diamond anything.
Oh,
Like,
Diamond Minecart. Or Diamond, yeah?
Diamond Mike. I don't know.
Wait, no, the Diamond, hold on, you said this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking look it up.
Okay, he's like some dude. He's like Diamond Mike Diamond. That's like a plumbing company.
This podcast sponsored by Diamond Mike, the plumbing company.
No, it's Mike Diamond. They like advertise themselves on being like smell good plumbers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Cox and Crendor did like a whole thing on it. Yeah, and
Yeah, Diamond Minecart. He's like,
oh yeah, Dan the Diamond Man.
Sure. Yeah, Diamond Minecart.
Diamond Minecart. Yeah, he was on it, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Diamond Minecart. I play Minecraft. I have world records in Minecraft." And he's like, and we all know
World records for what in Minecraft?
Guinness World. He has like 3.
For what?
I don't fucking know. It was like most viewed Minecraft channel, and and Guinness World Records like, we must commend this young man for playing video games for a game for like 12-year-olds. But he was like on it, and like their like justification to adding him was when you race drones.
He just has a stroke. When you race trains, he starts going to the ground and seizing.
No,
and it was like, drone racing. We'll be right back.
Well, it was like pre-recorded, but they're like, he's like, when you race drones, what video games really help in your abilities? So we got the best video gamers around, Minecraft. Fucking Minecraft. But they were like, no, first-person shooters can help you for like reaction time and
Tell me they got Markiplier.
They didn't.
Oh.
They got these twins who also do Minecraft. There's like something turtle, something lizard.
You know that, like, as soon as you got twins in anything, they're gonna have an inherent advantage because it's like, oh, fucking twins!
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, if, God bless,
Yeah.
if you, like, have a twin who's interested in the same thing as you, go on YouTube and do it, because for God's sakes, you will get so many
Oh, like
fucking
the Hodge
subscribers.
twins, and they're
Yeah.
the Hodge twins, yeah. Pretty much the people who were on there like played like FIFA and Minecraft, and they're like, because they're professional gamers, they can be good at drone racing, and it was abysmal.
I was about to
watching them.
say, like, those are two completely
I
different
know,
skills.
and that was their justification.
Oh, boy.
And pretty much everyone in the chat was like, "Where's JJ? I want to see JJ!"
Yeah.
And they put him at the very end, so everyone would watch the whole fucking thing.
And JJ was the FIFA guy who screams, yeah?
Yeah, he's some like dude with like a mohawk. He's some black
Yeah.
dude. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I like to believe that I'm not really fake when I'm streaming. You can make
Yeah.
a better call on this than I can, because I don't know myself while streaming, but
Yeah.
The only time that I really have a huge reaction is when something, like, completely unexpected happens. I was playing Super Mario Sunshine the other day. This is gonna date the episode. And, and there was this point in the good old slot machine, the pachinko machine, whatever the fuck it's called.
I fucking hate that level.
I love it. I only died once, and that was due to an oversight on my part where I was just like, oh, I'm an idiot for this.
Yeah.
But when I was trying to get into the main thing, I got stuck, and you know how when Mario hits something, a couple stars come out?
He bonks, yeah.
Yeah, he perma-bonked, and stars just infinitely started coming out.
Yeah.
And, like, I overreacted to that to a certain extent, but I feel like there's a line between, you could probably relate to this as a streamer, there's a line between embellishment of your reaction and clearly going over the top and abandoning your personality.
Yeah, that's like,
Do not abandon your personality.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I recently did, like, an Alien Isolation stream playthrough, and, like, the fucking AI for that alien is terrible. It, like, you, like, hide in a locker, and, like, it spidey senses you. Like, you can hide in the back, do whatever the game tells you to do, but he still pulls you out. But if you hide behind, like, a box, he's like, where'd he go? Oh, I don't know. I can't find him. So, like, I have, like, a stream highlight of me hiding behind a stack of boxes, and the alien, like, walks right past, like, does a left, does a right, and, like, keeps walking, and I'm like, if I was, like, in a locker or anywhere else, this alien would, like, have gotten me. And, like, I was kind of just like, well, there it is. There.
Let's bring this back to Vinesauce. Joel played it. Joel played Alien Isolation, and there was this one point when he crouched down. The alien walked by him. He wasn't hiding behind anything. He had a gun out. He's like, one shot, one kill, and the alien just left.
The AI is so bad in that game.
I cannot wait to play it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play Undertale either. You gave me that game.
It's a really good game. The thing that I don't like about, like, popular games is, like, the following can, like, turn people off from it when people are like, Undertale's the best game, and then, like, there's whole, like,
I heard
huge meme spread for it.
Okay, what's your least favorite game franchise for that? Because a few examples are like, there's Undertale, there's Sonic the Hedgehog.
But Undertale's like an actually good game. Like,
it doesn't. No, I'm taking the game out of it. Take the game out of the equation in your mind. So the fan base purely. So there's Undertale, there's Sonic the Hedgehog, there's Five Nights at Freddy's. I have respect for the actual game Five Nights at Freddy's, or at least the first and the fourth one specifically,
because it was new and it did something.
I like that it does jump scares really well. I'm not scared by jump scares because I've got a very productive mind, or a production oriented mind. So I always think, like, why is this in the game? Which I will admit spoils games for me, but it makes horror games really easy to play because I'm let's say, like, fucking Bonnie gets me and goes, and I go like, oh, I see why they did that. Like, I go like, oh, that's to deter you from doing this certain thing that I did in the game. Oh, that's very clever, Scott Cawthon. Well done.
Yeah. I think they're making a new one too.
So what's your least favorite fan base?
Oh boy. Okay, well, the Five Nights at Freddy's one isn't, like, too bad. Man, I need to think
They do a lot of costuming work, and it's terrible. Shout out to those of you who do costuming work for FNAF, and it's not terrible. I'm not trying to shame cosplayers or anything like that.
Okay.
Do you cosplay?
No, but I always kind of want to try it.
Okay.
If anything, like, side tangent, really, it's like, this kind of relates back to speedrunning, just because, like, this is something that gets me. So, people always play, like the big games when they start, like Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, da-da-da, and, like...
Mario 64? You're Italian, why'd you say Mario?
Mario, I don't care. Dude, potato, tomato, motherfucker. Okay.
That's gonna show up great on the mic.
Yeah, thanks.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
But, like, they don't play different games, so it's always the same fucking game, and it's like Zelda is notorious for this, so it's always Ocarina of Time and, like, Link to the Past, and it's like, I want to see other games, man. And, like, it's just like, it's too much.
Wait, for like the streaming community?
Yeah, speedrunning. Everyone just put this fucking Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and it's never anything else.
I would say Majora's Mask is more popular than Ocarina of Time, at least right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I, like, meme enough to give you a good answer to that.
Nice.
Yeah, because if I like the game, I can understand the following, but, like, I don't...
Okay, I'm gonna admit a time when I was wrong. I used to think that RuneScape had a terrible community.
No, they're pretty good.
I started streaming it. The people that I've met there have been nothing but kind. And I quite literally mean nothing but kind. Mm-hmm. As in, like, over-the-top kind. As in, I'm almost suspicious of you kind. Like, a lot of the regulars that I currently have on my stream are purely from RuneScape. And holy shit, like, literally every single one of them has been overly kind to me that I've met specifically through RuneScape.
That's cool.
A few of them gave me a small in-game gifts and was like, get a bot and get a membership, because that's something we'd like to watch. And, like, normally I'm sort of against the idea of, like, people, like, giving you stuff in an MMO when you're streaming it just because, like, oh, I'm the one streaming it. And
Yeah.
I feel terrible and selfish when I accept them.
Yeah, I get that.
But because they were saying, like, oh, spend it on a bond or something like that, I was like, okay, this feels a bit...
Yeah, because membership RuneScape is infinitely better than...
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, everything gives you money, and, like non-members is like, this is something.
Not to mention, there was this one guy who gave me 3 million in gold. Sorry if you don't play RuneScape and this is getting boring or whatever the fuck. This guy gave me 3 million in gold and a couple of items and stuff like that.
Nice.
It was like, oh my god, this is going to really help me. I feel guilty, but thank you. Cut to about 3 weeks later, his account got hacked into, and he lost all of his stuff. And so he was saying, like, is there anything you can give me to get back on my feet? And I happened to have, like, 11 million in the bank at that point. And I was like, yeah, here, take 5 million. And I felt like it was a give and take thing. It wasn't just like, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm such a nice guy for doing this. Like,
No,
it
but
was,
like, he helped you in the first place,
yeah,
so you're just repaying him. Yeah.
It's pretty much expected of me at that
Yeah,
point.
if you were like, no man, I'm just gonna keep my 11 mil, go suck a dick, like, then you'd look like a huge wiener.
Yeah,
but
well,
at the same time,
I would be a huge wiener.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
That's my position. Do you want to switch topics?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I remember we were talking about pet peeves, and then
Oh,
the first
yeah.
thing got off, and then
Do you have any more pet peeves you want to share before this?
5 more.
All right, lightning round.
Okay.
In less than 1 minute, explain all 5 and why they piss you off.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Okay, so driving when construction's around. Okay, if there's like a 1 lane like and like exit through, and people like go into the other lane, and like pretty much if everyone got in 1 lane, we would all go through. But no, because people are like, fuck you, I can't wait in the line. They all drive away, and then they merge into the lane, and it just takes a bunch of time. Sorry, I have to go really fast. Being an asshole in like a game, so like shit talking at all during a game, like even when it's not over, like that fucking pisses me off. And then if you win, and you're like, oh, well, you guys fucking suck, mad cause bad, like that cheeses me. It's like, dude, it's a fucking game. When people jump to conclusions without knowing everything, they're just like, oh, you're probably doing this. Like recently, my roommates complained that their internet was being stolen because I hardwired into the fucking router.
I remember this.
I was so pissed. When people tell me I'm an actor, or like I'm in dramatic arts, people are like, oh, you're an actor, you can act your way through this. That's like telling a fucking engineer, oh, you fix things all the time, fix my broken laptop. It's not the same thing. And then running in a
All right, so what was your last one?
running in track lanes. So you know at our school how we have like the indoor track.
I love how you have the same fucking like conveyance, but it's just like running through a track and versus like, okay, running through a track. You know how you? It's the exact same speed too. Nice lightning round cadence.
Well, I was trying to. If I just said like what it was, people were like, "What the fuck?" But I had to like, I'm pretty sure like maybe people got like 30% of what the fuck I was actually trying to say.
Yeah, go on.
So like, there's a track at our school. It's like an indoor track, and there's like designated lanes for like walking and running, and like they switch. Depending on, the directions you run switch for the days, but pretty much it's just like common courtesy to like not be in the innermost lane, because if you're running, you want like the least time around the track. So if you're walking, you go on the outside. But because it's in like a gym, usually things are happening, and people go like, oh, what's going on down there? I want to take a peek, and they stand like right at the railing, and I'm like, I usually run on the inside ring because why not? And it's just like, get out of the way, get out of the way. And if you're a runner, slowing down or speeding up at all to like avoid danger is like the worst thing. I'm sure if someone else is a jogger or runner, they can relate, but like slowing down or speeding up to like make sure like someone who's like, oh,
It makes your body like hurt.
yeah, you're like, and like, because like you have to slow down and then go back to your pace. Like keeping a solid pace is like the key to running, and like like constantly changing speeds is like the worst.
Dude, you just gotta Captain Jack Sparrow it. You just gotta like keep running at the same pace.
Dun, dun, dun,
No,
dun.
not like the physical way, not like hobbling around. You just go, ah! Just like belt out a scream as like those people at the railing, and they turn their heads. All they see is like a 6 foot tall Italian guy just running full speed. Yeah. That would work, probably.
Yeah, people would be like, what the fuck? But it would be good.
I would probably need to experience my pet peeves to really know. Wow, that was a dirty look you just gave me.
No, it's because I just realized how warm I am now from that lightning round, quote
That's
unquote.
fair. Quote unquote.
Well, because it was...
I would need to discover my pet peeves. I play myself off as an easily salty guy, but I feel like that's my character. Like, it's an extension of my personality. I wouldn't say I'm being fake in stream, but I think it's fair to say in real life, I'm a pretty chill guy. I don't get angry about a lot of things.
No, you just make a dumb face and go, that's fucking dumb. Yeah. And, like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but even, like, my saltiness is purely for humor factor, you know what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time you saw me legitimately angry?
I can't even remember. It's probably over something, like, pretty infuriating. Like, I was probably mad, too, which is probably why I can't remember it, because I usually get rid of things that made me mad.
I remember I was super pissed at, again, back to Power Platoon, I was super pissed at my entire team for, like, the day before we had to leave for Montreal for a thing. And so, like, on the entire bus ride there, I was just completely silent, eyes just open, staring forward. Do you remember this?
It was Montreal?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Do you want to explain why that's so funny?
Okay. So, almost 2 years ago, Paul and I were on the same improvisation team.
We were competitive. We represented our university at different universities.
Yeah, we were on the same team. And, I couldn't make it to a few of the summits, and if you don't know what a summit is, it's pretty much a gathering of fellow universities, and
it's a competition.
It's a friendly competition. Like, literally, you win, and the win is you win. Like, you don't get anything.
You got that? Win. Go.
Like, you don't, like, you get, like, a good pat on the back.
Yeah,
and
you get the pat on the back.
Yeah,
you win.
You get it.
Win. You get the win. The win is with the win.
Yes.
And the win.
Yeah. And I couldn't make it to a few of the summits for, like, a few reasons. The first one I couldn't make to because I was doing a show with my university, and, like, one of the dates the show was happening, one of the summits was on, and, like, our coach was like, okay, you were allowed to miss this summit because it's so early in the year, it's fine. The things you can't miss are Montreal, and was it just Montreal or was there one more?
Our own.
Yeah, our own. You can't miss our own summit, and you can't miss the Montreal summit. And I was like, okay, can do. So I was like, yeah, I can do all of them. And then what happened was I got asked by a director from the Shaw Festival Theater. And Shaw Festival Theater is pretty big in our area. Like, it's pretty big. They're known for musicals, and, like, a bunch of other good shows. Like, they're a good company.
Will this like be able to link us back to where we live?
No.
Okay, cool.
Because Shaw's pretty far from here.
Okay, cool. Well, now we will.
I mean, it's not like we're gonna be hunted down, but or are we? So they were like, a director was like, hey, me and your professor are doing an adaptation of this show called Major Barbara, which is about, like, this girl who it was like, it's a George Bernard. Oh yeah, another thing that Shaw does is, like, they do plays by George Bernard Shaw. So I forget what it's called. It's something Barbara, Major Barbara. I don't remember what happens in it because it got adapted. I didn't read the original script. I just read the adaptation. Anyways, she asked me and, like, a friend of mine to be in it the same week as, like, the thing as the Montreal Summit fell on, and I was like, do I go to improv or do I do something that could potentially lead to things in the future? And I was like, oh no. So I went with the theater option because it just made more sense in my brain. And everyone thought I fucked off to Stratford or something. That was the spark of it. How did it, like, form into its full, like, meme?
I know this one.
Yeah.
Are you sure this was during Montreal or was it during Toronto?
I don't remember.
I feel like this was during the Toronto summit. The reason being, we were doing exercise. So I distinctly remember it being in that one stage.
Oh yeah,
area.
yeah, and fuck out of Stratford.
Yeah, and we were pissing each other off. So like we did little exercises where one of us would call out like a thing, and then we'd all have to do it. Like fucking bacon, we'd all have to get on the floor and just start sizzling. And one of the things that the team invented was classic blank, and the blank is whatever name was in there. And classic Paul ended up being everybody in a circle just going, yes, this is so meta, oh, fuck Tesla, you know, that sort of thing.
Because Paul's usually meta in the scenes.
I'm sorry, it's the way I act.
Yeah, it's fine.
You guys still haven't fucking forgave me for that.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got I got back at everyone with like different classic this persons, and then we all did classic Adrian, where it was like, I think I invented it. I'm sorry.
You definitely did.
And I was saying, classic Adrian, everybody leave because you fucked off to Stratford. And so we all had to like leave the stage.
Yeah, and you'd like hide somewhere.
Yeah.
And you claim you're in Stratford.
Yeah. We took it as a joke. The coach did not.
Oh no.
The coach did not like that. But then again, she didn't like a lot of things we did professionally. She did not like my sarcastic sense of humor and almost kicked me off the team.
Yeah, I was almost kicked off too because I was missing summits.
Yeah. With all due respect, that's a bit more of a legitimate reason.
Yeah, that's real. No, that's pretty real. It was nice of you guys to keep me on. I was pretty...
It wasn't nice of course, like, even if I... Okay, here's my position. Even if I really disliked you as a person for that, which I didn't, we already practiced with you. You were already an integral part of the team. It would have messed us up to keep you off.
Stop it.
Don't get me wrong, you came to like one summit after we kept you back on, but...
Oh well.
You are giggly
Live
as fuck.
and learn.
Was that a Sonic song?
Yeah.
I hate you.
It's a good song. Not really.
Okay. So, I got a topic for you.
Okay.
We've been really on the ball about actually talking about content creation instead of wieners and stuff like that this episode.
Could we talk about wieners? No, let's not.
I don't mind if we do.
No,
it's just that you're less off the ball than or off the chain than Kevin is. Anyway,
Because I'm a little excited little boy in a chair.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I want to talk about reinvention
Reinvention?
because both you and I originally started with YouTube videos and then we moved on to streaming.
Oh.
So there's a lot of unforgiveness towards certain things when content creators switch things up. So for example, names are the worst thing ever. If you establish a user base as under one particular name, you pretty much can't switch names. So imagine if, like, I'm just pulling one random celebrity out of my ass, JonTron. Imagine if he changed names to what's something that isn't totally whatever.
Johnny the Bit or something?
Yeah, Johnny the Bit or something like that. Nobody would be behind it. Literally nobody. You have to... The weird thing about being a content creator is that if you want to get any following at all, you have to pick your name right from the start and have it be something you're comfortable holding for years.
I changed my name 3 times.
Yeah, but you can do that because you don't have like
true.
the super huge following yet.
Yeah.
I could get away with that. I've got what at the time of the recording of this episode, 360 some odd followers on Twitch.
Yeah.
I could get away with
yeah.
with reinventing my
And
name.
Twitch does name changes now, so you can do it.
Yeah. But like if you're established, you can't. What's your opinion on reinventing the type of content you do?
So, like, if I was a streamer of Minecraft and then all of a sudden Call of Duty, like...
No. I wouldn't consider that because I switch from game to game all the time. I don't consider that reinvention. Let's bring it back to JonTron. You know how he started with video games and now he does movies more predominantly. That's sort of a reinvention. And there's been a couple people who are like, we should just go back to video games. You know? So what's your position on reinvention?
Okay. As a content creator, if I was in that position, you can only do so much with the same thing, you know?
Okay.
So I think change is good, but not everybody likes change. At the same time, you should never leave your roots. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm not sure you'd never. Let's
well, like,
may I cite an example?
go for it.
When animation became non-viable on YouTube anymore to make money, it's a lot of people left their roots of animation and went on to more things that would still keep them in business. Aaron Hansen at this point, Egoraptor, has basically given up animation.
Oh yeah, he's gone.
There are a lot of people who don't animate anymore, even though they may animate for bigger things, like Chris Oni O'Neill. His biggest footprint now on the internet is music composition.
Yeah.
He's brilliant with it. My position is I am entirely cool with reinvention and leaving your roots, as long as there's some justifiable reason. And even I didn't find it fun anymore is completely justifiable. If someone says, like, if someone was brilliant at music composition and they switch to like Let's Plays and they say, I'm sorry, I began to dislike composing music.
Yeah,
it's like that. I cannot hold you accountable for that.
Oh, for sure. If you're not having fun, like, it's just work, and then work is just like, yeah, it doesn't work. I totally understand that. That's kind of like, why I've just like flip flopped around with Twitch. I was just like, I'm gonna be a Let's Play. Yeah, and like I still don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm just doing at the moment.
That was deep.
Yeah, balls deep in the doing, man.
Ew.
I want to talk about wieners.
I'm really glad you said that far away from the mic so nobody could hear it.
Good.
Oh shit. Keep talking. I had something I was going to say, and I'll interrupt you as soon as I remember what I was going to say.
Okay. Yeah. What I meant by like leaving your roots is like you can't like don't completely change your persona.
I got it.
Pretty much. Okay.
So I want to completely change my persona. I'm not even making that up.
Well,
like we're going to take a bit of a contrast roots on this one. So my position is that reinvention is not only acceptable. In my opinion, for the type of stuff that you do, like specifically with online content creation, it's borderline necessary. Let's say you have a job streaming. Streaming became a viable option 10 years ago at most for a career, and back then it was extremely rare. I'd say within the last maybe like 4 years, it became a more common, like a less lightning in a bottle style career, job. Specifically job, not career. In my position, you will never be able to make a career out of this. When YouTube changed its rules to make animation non-viable, the reason everybody was like, holy shit, was because nobody considered the fact that you can have a job ruined and that YouTube is not a career. So, I'm going to formally disagree with you, good sir.
Okay.
And say that, you what was the thing that you said specifically? You shouldn't, like...
Leave your roots?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, it was more just like, don't drift away from like what you are. Like if I was like, oh hey, it's me, Brickman, I play video games, and then like, a year later when video games went down the shitter, I was like, hey everybody, it's Brickman Johnson with drawing. Like, you know, like a complete fucking change. Like, don't do that.
I'm still gonna disagree with that.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, just because video games is not the be all and end all that I envision with content creation on things like that. I like to try to think ahead. There's this great teacher that I had that said that humans have what was the specific wording he used? Like, I can't remember what the specific wording was, but he basically said that humans have a terrible inability to see things long term.
Oh.
So a lot of people who are like,
This guy.
A lot of people who say are disillusioned with university are like, why am I even getting a degree? Because they, you know,
shut your mouth.
because entry level jobs. Now, I'm to a degree that person.
Yeah, I remember your rant.
Yeah, entry level jobs won't, you know, require a degree or anything like that. And interestingly, most of the bosses that my teacher worked for, they only got general degrees.
Yeah.
Which I think is super interesting. But, like, it's important to have this, like, stupid piece of paper that says you can do things down the road because you're trying to build things. In the same way, content creation, do you honestly think, let's say, hypothetically, you manage to live off of doing video games as of tomorrow, would you be able to do it into your 70s when you have to retire?
I don't know. That's the thing.
PewDiePie. Even fucking PewDiePie. Do you think that he's going to be able to keep this ball rolling into his 70s?
Probably not.
Like, even as of now, people are complaining, why aren't you doing as much video game stuff? A couple of years ago, you would have been like, oh yeah, PewDiePie's got a job doing video games, playing video games online. It's slowly shifting away from that.
Yeah, it's Twitch is starting to become big time, big man.
Yeah, but like, it's a cycle, right? So like, YouTube was the big dog, Twitch is the big dog, something else is going to be the big dog in the future. Yeah. You can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Change happens all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that reason, I would say
that's totally fair.
Yeah, you can't
I can respect that.
You can't make a career doing one particular thing of content creation online.
Yeah, and like as long as you're doing what you want, like that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah.
It just, well, you know, and then right there.
No. You have something. So what's where you draw the line when you said like don't change something completely?
Okay.
Is it like without rhyme or reason?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like if I just went from streaming and then I was like, you know what, my lovely followers, and like I had like a pretty decent following, we're gonna say fuck it, and I'm going to review fucking Skylanders. Only Skylanders reviews. And like people would be like, what?
I'm not sure if that would be reinvention as much as finding your true calling given you're this early into the game.
That's true. Well,
You've
no,
been,
I'm just saying
you've been
if I-
streaming for what, a couple months?
I've streamed like okay, I like started like I made an account like maybe a year and a half ago, but like I recently picked it up. Like I got affiliate like pretty fast, which was cool. And like maybe April.
It wasn't that difficult. They changed their rules to get affiliate in April,
Yeah.
which basically meant everybody that was streaming more than I think 3 times a week. Boom, you're an affiliate
They
now.
also added a new affiliate thingy.
What's that?
If you're streaming a game that's on
Right.
the Twitch store and
Yeah,
someone
you
buys the
could-
game from your channel, you get like 5%.
Let's date the episode. That happened what, a couple days ago? Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Let's have another topic to end ourselves off on. What do you say?
I have one more topic. It's not about content.
That's fine. That's fine. We talked way too much about content creation
true.
for normal things in this episode anyway.
Okay, so I didn't know how to phrase the question, but what I'm gonna say is something that you were doing that you didn't know was like harming you or like inherently blocking you from doing something.
Jesus Christ, that's dank and dark.
Yeah.
All right, what's my answer? Masturbation?
Well, okay, here I'll tell you my my little story. So
Is this gonna get sad? Get up close to the microphone and say it quietly.
So, one time I was at the gym. How sad.
The end. The end. No, but basically, I used to be like a pretty big gym rat back in my first year of university, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I gotta get my protein, my vitamins, my fish oil, yeah. So like, I used to be like pretty big on all that stuff, and then I like stopped because I didn't go to the gym as much. But pretty much,
I'm sorry.
what?
I was picturing a bunch of fish at the gym, you coming in with your fish oil, and the fish just going, fucking excuse me? And it was like, and that was harming me in the long run, the end.
And then I got beaten up by a bunch of jacked mackerels.
A bunch of jacked fish people. I knew I shouldn't have gone to the gym with the fish people in it.
Hello, welcome.
Just going like down to the shop and just like a restaurant or something like that, looking down the menu, and someone comes up like, "Hey, do you know what you would like?" And you're like, "Yeah, I like the fish and chips." And you look up,
the waitress is a fish.
yeah, it's a fish person. And I was like, "Oh."
I mean, like sweating, pulling the collar.
I'm sorry, I totally derailed you. Go on with your
it's
fish
fine.
person story.
But basically, I made love to the other kind of mermaid.
What, like fish on top?
Fish on top, lady
vag
legs on bottom.
Yeah, okay. Only way they can have a vag, I suppose.
Yeah.
Unless the tail is like a pantsuit and you can lower it.
Or it's like a seahorse where they just fucking explode out of their guts.
Isn't that the males though?
Yeah.
Would you fuck a male seahorse if it just meant you get to fuck the exploding gut?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No.
Go on.
No. Okay.
Let it be known that Palookas would not fuck a male seahorse.
Never.
I wouldn't fuck a seahorse. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say
even think I
like,
could. Ooh, well,
you could try.
You could try.
If you put your heart and mind into it, you could do
And your dick.
anything. Thank you.
Okay, anyways, so I was taking all these supplements and and like I would wake up feeling like shit, and I wouldn't know why. I was like, man, I feel like complete garbage.
You roll over in bed. I'm sorry, I keep. And
there's a male seahorse.
You're like, oh, I gotta get out
Oh
here.
god, and the sweating. I don't even remember his name.
And you're like dressing up, and he wakes up, and he's like,
Baby, where are you going?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, sorry, I've got a meeting.
I got work. Didn't mention it. Oh, fuck, I gotta get out of here, dude.
Will you call me? Yeah, totally.
Shit. And then like your fish girlfriend calls, and you're like,
Yeah.
baby, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Yeah, I was feeling like shit. Like the best way to describe my mood was there was like my head was cloudy and like I would just be like in like such a shitty mood. Turns out there is a small percent of the populace that if they intake large amounts of fish oil, trigger the same chemicals or close to the same chemicals in your brain that make you feel depressed. That's a thing.
That's a thing?
It's like 13% of the population. So I was taking like these pills, like this big. They're pretty big, full of fish oil, and I'm just like, oh, like I feel like complete garbage, and I feel so shitty and so like out of it. It was fucking fish oil. The stuff that's supposed to like help your brain like fix its connections and like your joints.
Well, maybe it did fix its connections, and the connections we're sad.
I mean, I was dropped on my head as a child.
Were you?
Yeah.
Legitimately?
Yeah, I was at my cousin's wedding, like my first cousin to be
And
married.
your parents were like, Oppa!
Oppa! No, like not when I was dropped, but I was I was at my cousin's wedding, and like this was like maybe like a few years ago, and like I was chilling in the lobby with my relatives, and my nonna, grandma in Italian, comes up to me and goes,
My rigatoni.
my reggaeton, she comes up and goes, Adrian, did Mama ever tell you the time she dropped you on your head? And I'm like, no. And she goes, okay, and then walks away. And I was like, well, that explains a lot.
Oh my god, I want your nonna on like a fucking like platter telling me things about your childhood, specifically on a platter.
One time when I was younger, I was watching TV, and I don't know if anybody's had like Tang Punch, like the juice. You know, it's got in a box. It's like a powder.
Yeah, I know what Tang is.
I was like sitting on the couch, and like I don't know what I was doing. I was maybe like 6 or something. I was just chilling on the couch, leaned all the way back, and like I grabbed the Tang. That was a glass. And I grabbed the glass. Here, I'll use this glass that's empty. And I was just like... And I just poured it on my head.
You realize no one can see this. You're doing a visual joke on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, so I grabbed the glass, and like with no hesitation, I brought it all the way up to the top of my head, turned it upside down, and I dropped all the Tang on my head. I don't know why I did it. I couldn't tell you.
Maybe it was all that fish oil.
Yeah, all that fish oil as like a 6-year-old. Yeah, but the fish oil turns out made me depressed, and I didn't know why.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Now I'm reviewing the time in my life when I took cod liver oil because my parents had it. I don't think it made me depressed.
Yeah.
I've battled through bouts of it's not clinical depression, but just like bouts of feeling down. Everybody feels down at a certain time. And,
yeah, for sure.
And there's been a period of my life that was pretty damn bleak that was not fun, but now that I'm realizing it, it also continued into university when I was not taking fish oil. But this was also the point when this is going to be a great topic for the podcast, when my best friend committed suicide.
Oh!
Yeah! So that was probably
Oh, is your watch fixed?
It is, yes.
Good.
It was probably a small factor into why I felt kind of shitty. Because let me tell you, everything... This is gonna be a terrible topic to end the podcast on.
Do it.
It's not even a terrible feeling when that happens. It's a wrong feeling. Basically, everything... It's really cliche to say everything stops making sense, but it's like everything... it's like moving to a new town and you don't know anything. Except you know everything. And that added element of I know everything makes everything worse.
Whoa.
Because, like, he's the type of guy that you would text every day and saying, like, this is how I feel, blah, 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 blah. And, like, you'd have a conversation every single day, and you'd, like, feel really good about it, but you wouldn't know how good it felt until after the conversation.
Yeah.
And it hit me like a truck in the face the day that I realized there will never be another conversation like that. However, I will admit that due to the fact that my mind is a little bit imaginative, for about, I'd say 3 months solid, at least twice a week without fail, I'd have a dream where I was having a conversation with him.
Oh.
Which I feel like was my body trying to create...
That's really upsetting.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Which was my body, I feel like, trying to create a coping mechanism for me. And the thing is... My mind is really cool. Like, they were really real and yet new conversations. Like, it was believable. Like, this is totally a conversation with this guy.
That's awesome.
Like, if there was one thing that would be, like, the most... I don't believe in, like, God or spirituality or anything like that.
Okay.
But if there was one thing that would make me believe in spirituality the most... Granted, it's like 1%, but still, it's that.
That's pretty cool.
Like, the closest thing I have to evidence that, like, there is some sort of afterlife is the fact that they were such, like, vivid topics and things like that. You know?
Yeah.
The weird thing is, he was also talking to me from the perspective of, yeah, I had already died. So, like, there was,
Dude, he haunted you. He went in your brain.
Like, there were points when he was like, I'm sorry for doing that, and like things like that. And again, that's like the most you know what? You want to get really sad?
Okay.
You want to get really sad?
Yeah.
So I had a friend at this point, who was like an absolutely fantastic person. Basically lit up my life. She was a fantastic friend. And she and I were friends before a point in November. I'm really sorry for anyone who's like finding it hard to listen at this point. In November, where her boyfriend died, and in December, the month afterwards, where my best friend died, and so the both of us kind of bonded more over that grief. The thing is, she took her grief inwardly. She was a very anxious person, so she bottled everything up and never let anything out. I am not that.
Nope.
And mine just came basically pouring out, and it came pouring out to the only people that could really identify with me. And unfortunately, the person who could identify with me most was her, who was already dealing with too much on her plate. And I will not sugarcoat this. I was a very toxic, terrible person during that. It was a time in my life I would not like to repeat. Obviously, I was not in a good headspace. I wouldn't do it now, but I'm not trying to create excuses for myself. It was a shitty thing for me to do. And she was such a good friend in that time. That I was not realizing what I was doing, and eventually she cut all communications with me and blocked me on Facebook, and I was like, what? You know, like that sort of thing. And it's taken me until I'd say even just as recently as a couple months ago to fully grasp how terrible of a person I was in that situation. And the saddest part about this is I've had 2 dreams about her where it was not like from the perspective of you've already done this terrible thing, although I had one dream about that where she yelled at me about it, which was not fun. But I had 2 dreams where we hung out, and I remember this was like, I'm not kidding when I say this is the best dream of my life, where she said, "You're a good friend, I'm really happy to be hanging out with you." And then I woke up and realized it wasn't real.
Oh.
And it transitioned from the happiest I'd felt in like months to the saddest I'd felt in months, because I realized not only was that not real, but that would never happen because I was such a shitty friend.
That cuts so deep.
I'm so sorry.
No, well, like, I mean, I can't like sympathize with you, but like, that's like, oh, my heartstrings.
I'm sorry.
Bing, bing, bing. Yeah.
Let's switch topics. Let's not end on that.
Okay.
One more topic. What's the shittiest thing you've seen online? What's like the most like, oh my god, you tried, but go fuck yourself thing?
Oh, like, in terms of like someone trying to like do something and it's
content
just, like,
creation.
terrible.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like someone who clearly tried but they don't have innate talent. Someone who never tried to get better.
Yeah. The thing is, I like religiously try to avoid those.
You don't like cringe humor?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. If anything, the one thing I must commend but also be salty about is Caseytron.
What's Caseytron?
You've never heard of Caseytron?
No.
Okay, for starters, her logo is the Brazzers like logo.
All right.
And she like made Caseytron, and like it's literally like to a T the same logo Brazzers is.
Good.
She pretty much has like massive tits. Like that's her like only good quality that she plugs. She plugs it.
The misogynistic podcast.
Like she plugs it. I'm speaking her words. She's like,
these are my only good assets.
her
She says
her
that?
fucking webcam is her fucking tits. It's nothing else. It's her tits. I mean, her face is here. Like if you picture a square, like maybe
You can't see. No one can see. Her face is here.
I'm sorry. Okay, her tits are pretty much 80% of the screen, and the rest is her face.
Can you see like her full face? Like, can you see up to her eyes?
Maybe to like her eyebrows.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just that.
Wait, what size? Are they A's? Please tell me they're
No.
A's. That would be hilarious.
A's? Are A's like, or
No, A's are like basically like my tits.
No, they are like double D's, maybe bigger. They're huge. They're really big.
All right, cool.
Like those are.
Can you please put your wiener away? I'm really uncomfortable right
sorry.
now. Put it away.
I'm sorry.
Why is it green?
Cause when I get mad,
Fish oil.
fish oil. Don't fuck a fish; it turns your dick green. Yeah, she like plays League of Legends, and it's like the lowest rank you can possibly be. She claims she's the best player. She's like, I'm so good, and everyone just better. And like,
She sounds like a Tila Tequila figure, like a quote-unquote hot girl who's just basically trying to stir up controversy because those two things will
that's what she
combine
does.
to.
That's what she does.
Okay.
She stirs the shitter. She's like her death, like 40 deaths in a game, no kills, and she's like, I'm the best. And like a few people are onto her ruse, and people just watch it for the memes at this point. But like she's just like,
So she's like an Alex Jones figure.
I don't know who else.
You don't know the freaking frog scare guy.
Frog's gay?
Yeah, when he's like, I don't want him putting chemicals in the water that turn the frickin' frogs gay. It's crap. He runs a news show called InfoWars, where he does like all these conspiracy theories. He talks about chemtrails a lot.
Turn the frog's gay?
Yeah, because like, okay, so he was talking about some sort of like, all right, this is gonna be welcome to the Recanting Alex Jones podcast, where he was talking about like a company putting chemicals into a water, like runoff and stuff like that, and it's doing terrible things to the wildlife. And it was like, he was talking about a gay bomb that certain companies were doing that like released pheromones in the air that turned people gay. And he was saying like,
Now I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking that I'm homophobic. I don't dislike gays. I just don't want to put in chemicals in the water that turn the frickin' frogs gay. And then he starts hitting the desk going, it's crap.
Is this the guy who has the boot on his head?
No, that's Vermin Supreme.
Wow.
Vermin Supreme isn't angry, and he only does things to help people. Alex Jones is a guy who's just like yelling at things. He talks about the gay bomb. There was this point when, you remember when Hillary Clinton was really sick with pneumonia and she took a drink from that water and like a huckaloogie came out into her water glass? His video about that is something along the lines of, video live, Hillary Clinton gives birth to alien life form. Oh, and he started Pizzagate. Do you know what Pizzagate is?
What is Pizzagate?
Pizzagate. Okay, Kebra told me about this. Pizzagate is this conspiracy theory that that Hillary Clinton and a lot of major people at the DNC were running an underground child porn network at a pizza place. Because
what?
The evidence, quote unquote, about this was that apparently like a few pedophiles, known pedophiles that were caught, frequented that pizza place, and also a lot of Democrats frequented that pizza place. So they were like,
Oh, there's correlation.
It's a conspiracy.
yeah. So then they coined Pizzagate, and they tried to frame this pizza place as like the place that pedophiles and also Democrats go to. So Democrats are pedophiles, and they're running this child porn network. And it's the only instance where Alex Jones apologized, because he got like a fucking legal notice saying like, you are completely wrong. It was
What a good way to cover the tracks of Pizzagate.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
So is that the worst thing you've seen online?
It's pretty cringy. Yeah.
Okay. Mine is not Alex Jones. I was just comparing. Mine is a little flash animation, little unknown flash animation on the internet. I really hope the creator didn't take it down. Called The Sergio Show. Do you remember when you were first playing around with Flash and you learned how to use tweens and you could make arms and heads move? It's a guy who only learned how to do that. His drawings, they're not exactly Mona Lisa. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're like not only just cartoons, but terrible cartoons that are clearly like 12 frames per second. And like, I'm not shitting on newcomer animators. Like, if you're a newcomer animator, by all means, the first stuff you're gonna do is gonna be pretty terrible. I completely understand that. I was in the same boat. I used to animate a lot, and my animations only got watchable, I'd say 3 years into me doing it. The thing I don't like is that the Sergio Show took no risks. There was something like 110 episodes of The Sergio Show, which was basically this tween-ass dude with a blue background with, like, the gradient thing that looks really cringe, fucking singing Goof Troop and, like, doing stupid things that weren't funny with this shitty-ass microphone recording the audio for him. Like I said, 110 episodes, God knows how many years of animation. I only found it because Psychic Pebbles, that one animator, he commented on a new episode of The Sergio Show saying, "Fuck yeah, new Sergio Show," in all caps. Because of that, Kebra found it and sent Sergio Show to me. I binge watched every single episode of the Sergio Show. It took me a couple hours. I want those hours back. They were shit. They were the fucking worst.
Fuck yeah.
If you're fuck yeah, Sergio. Let me if you're into animation, please, after you get comfortable with a style, push yourself. Like, try to animate something that doesn't use tweens. Try to, like, redesign your character, make it look better. I will forever be befuddled by people who are completely comfortable with their style over a period of years. I can't go a single month without changing something in my streams.
Yeah.
Like, I've changed the border, I changed the intro, I changed the pause screen, I updated the music. Like, every single thing. Like, I'd say every, like, given I stream about, what, 3 to 5 times a week, I'd say every, like, 20 streams, something's gonna be inherently different about my stream.
Cool.
And, like, I feel like that's the way you should go.
Yeah.
You started without a webcam, then you added a webcam.
And now I don't really use webcam, just because...
Yeah, you're finding out what works. Like, you're still pushing yourself. Even if it's something that doesn't work, push yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's commendable.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's commendable for you, too. Do you have any last words before we sign off? And this is a pretty good way to pretty good place to end it.
Good place. Thanks for having me on, man. This was a good time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for thanks for having me on. As if you're not like an equal part of this.
Yeah.
Goodbye forever, 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 forever.
Actually, it's a good place to end the podcast. Kebra and I started doing this recently. Sure. So by the time that we next do a podcast together, what's your goal as a content creator for moving forward?
Okay, definitely.
Fucking Jesus Christ!
Definitely streaming more. I haven't been streaming enough, and I need to start doing that. I also need to figure out what I can do to improve just like entertainment value. And people just going, oh, look at some guy playing a game. Oh, this is boring. Like, I need to figure it out.
Well, there's like two ways of going about that. Number one, make your inherent style fun, or number two, add a quirk, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you think suits you more?
Definitely finding my style, not my quirk.
Okay, cool. There are some people who do roleplay let's plays.
Oh,
like where they... There are some people who do roleplay stuff, when they roleplay as like the main protagonist of the game they play.
No, that's no.
Like some people playing Portal going like, "Oh, where am I?" Like that's a quirk. Don't do that.
No.
Fuck no. Stop it.
That wasn't edited.
No, that wasn't edited. Adrian and I just like to do this thing where we talk in sync. I don't know why. He just does it.
It's really fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. I don't know how you get so good at that.
I'm pretty good at predicting your words.
That's fair. I think I've been described before as unpredictably predictable. No wait, predictably unpredictable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. My goal as a content creator going forward is it's really hard to set goals for myself when I'm already like getting
you're
into
already
a good
on a
rhythm.
pretty good track right now.
And I'm always like I said, like I just said there, I'm always reinventing myself.
Yeah.
So like it's really hard to say like for next week I'm gonna do this, but like I'm already trying to plan to do like more stuff. I will say, I was getting the cart before the horse. I'm trying to not do that. So that's my goal for next week. So for example, I made individualized intros for every single game I played.
Yeah.
They're cool. They take an hour to make each. I need to stop. So I made 3 instead, where it's today Tweed is playing for fun, today Tweed is creating, and today Tweed is speedrunning. So that way I don't have to like create a new thing for every game, because I was just limiting myself going like, oh, I can't play Hyperlight Drifter today because I don't have the intro made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like each one took an hour.
I
so...
did something similar to that where I'd have like a background overlay to like whatever game I was playing. And I was like, oh, I can't play that because I need to make the overlay.
Yeah. So getting the cart before the horse is one of those things that I feel like I don't want to say more ambitious people, but I'd like to say the one good quality that I think I have that I'm aware of is that I'm fairly ambitious when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not a good quality. But definitely if you're overly ambitious, like at a toxic level where you start ruining your own progress. I think I've done a Tweed Talks video about this. If you're like way too much of a perfectionist or way too ambitious, you start ruining your own content by overthinking it and overdoing it and stuff like that. So that's my goal for the next time.
It's a good goal.
Thank you. You're a good person.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Pick 3 words. These are the words we're gonna end these people on.
Can they be any words?
That's more than 3 words, you fuck ass. Yes, more than 3 words.
I fuck seahorses. Fish girlfriends are rad.
That's 4! Holy shit!
You said I could get more.
Bad.
I know.
You're so bad. No, fuck it. We've already ended it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.